Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I'll be showing you how to replace the brake pads on your motorcycle. So now that we're done with the front, we'll move to the rear. Now na nandito na tayo sa rear brake pads naman, it's a different design from the front. Pero the principles of replacing it are basically the same. So what we'll do naman here is there are two Allens holding the brake caliper in the brake bracket. So we'll just have to loosen these two up first. So you can use your Allen key, or parang ito matigas, you can use our sockets. If you feel na matigas yung bolts, again, you can tap it with a hammer to shock the bolts. And then, you can remove it. There. That's one. And we'll put the second one in. Give it a few taps. Tapping the Allen socket to the bolt also ensures na pasok siya. So it gives you a less chance of rounding the bolt off. So once you've removed them, lugan nyo lang all the way. Matanggal nyo. When you remove that, just slide the caliper off the rotor. Tapos makikita nyo, meron isang pin ito. I don't know if you can see it, pero let's move to the light. There is a pin here. So doon natin gagamitin yung long nose natin or yung mga itong pliers kasi ito ang lock ng ating brake pad. So just pull it out. Don't lose it kasi kakailanganin nyo ulit. We'll reuse that later. Tapos just slide the pin outwards. Yeah. So if medyo matigas siya, again, you can press the brake pads down to relieve the pressure and pull the pin out. So now we're going to remove one and then the other. Now again, yung dating may-ari, I'll show you. I'll take a picture of it para mas malinaw. Pero these brake pads sa likod, as you can see sa itsura ng brake pads, hindi po lahat lumalapat sa rotor, only this part. So you have this part which is not even touching the rotor. So imagine you're losing around 20% ng brakes at the rear per brake pad. The other one is a similar story. You can see hindi pantay ang kain ng brake pad niya. Maybe because of the material or maybe because yung process hindi rin pantay ang paggagawa nila. Because as you can see sa corners, I'll take a picture later to show you, hindi po pantay ang paggawa nila nito. Because hindi, kumbaga, it was never designed, kumbaga these materials are just cut just to make them fit dito sa brake pads na to. So we do not want these. And this is our new brake pad. So as you can see, the material is very even. Tapos you can see there's no glue, there's no adhesive. Because the process of making sintered pads they use a lot of heat and a lot of pressure to bond the friction material to the backing plate. So these are very sturdy, hindi siya matatanggal. They will not come off with heat. And yeah, these are better quality. So we'll be using these. Now the piston, again, if it's protruding out, you can just put the old brake pads back like so. And in this case, you can actually use a C-clamp. You can use a C-clamp like this to actually press the brake pads back. Or if you don't have a C-clamp, you can again put the other brake pad in, slide it back in like this, and use your big screwdriver to push it back. Pero in our case, the piston is already pushed back. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the new brake pads on. Now, before we put this back, I'll show you pala. Here, there's two. The brake holder has two pins, which you need to lube them up with grease to avoid yung pagsa-stuck up ng preno. Yan. So, kuha kayo ng konting grease, tapos just lubricate yung mga pins so that your brakes at the back move freely. Again, if wala nang grease yung rear brake pads nyo, yung itong pins na to, yung brake feel nyo sa lever will be very hard. In our case, sa motor na to, it's a foot pedal, so you'll need to stomp the brakes real hard in order to stop them. Imagine if these are stuck up tapos you use those bonded brakes. No wonder nung the first time na nakuha namin to, the rear brakes is so hard, sobrang stiff. Para kayo kumuha ng a little grease, just put them inside para ma-pack up nyo siya with grease. Pack it up with grease. Tapos, slide it back. And itong shim, like I said, see, natanggal siya. Just put it back sa place niya. Yeah. So there. This is just parang a guide or parang pang support ng piston when it pushes. So just slide that back. Insert your new brake pads, and again, just like sa front, you lubricate the, don't forget to lubricate the pin. What you do is you insert the pin, make sure it goes through the hole of your new brake pads, the guide. That's 1, 2. And when this goes all the way, here in the middle, you can turn the pin until you find the hole for the to put the pin that locks, to hold the clip that locks the pin in place. So you can see may hole siya dito. So just slide this in. Oops. Then you press it until it locks, and there. So at least na nakalock na siya, hindi mo na kayang hugutin tong pin na to. See? So now that it's in, we just slot it back. Make sure na there's the gap inside will fit the rotor. And then you simply just put the two Allen bolts back, the one that holds the caliper. Snug it first before we tighten it. Now if mahigpit na siya, just give it a few turns just to snug the bolt in place. And after, remember to pump the brakes so that yung new calipers mo, yung new brake pads mo will, the pistons will push your brake pads back to lock with the caliper, so that when you drive, you already have brakes. Kasi for those that forget, when they start the bike, when they go off and they forget to pump it, when they step on the brakes, they do not have any brake feel because the pistons have not pushed the brake pads all the way to touch the rotors. So we have successfully replaced the front brake pads as well as the rear brake pads on our Z1000. Hopefully this video was helpful to you, and if you'd like to see more, do comment down below. And hopefully we'll be able to provide more DIY videos for you in the future. So thanks for watching, and as always, ride safe. Bye!